talk too much. I've been living in the basement, trying to make a statement.
This is the story of my first time ever taking a dab. So on one faithful fucking day, right? I was at school, right? Like every time, bro. Like anytime I ever used to. This happened like freshman year, okay? And most of my like drug experiences in freshman year always occurred at school, right? Like always, like anytime like I would ever do anything drug related, like it'd be at school, right? Like school was like the spot. So this happened during lunch. Like any time during lunchtime was like the time to fuck around, right? Like school like wasn't shit to me back then. Like I failed like all my classes. Like I'd always just be like smoking and like just digging around during school, right? And on this day, right, it was lunchtime, and I always kick it with these females, right? Like they were like a grade above me, and I'd always just like they were just like the hooligans, right? So I'd always just kick it with them and like smoke weed. And on this day, I would like I'd say I was like kind of experienced, but like not really. Like I've never like seen wax before. I've never taken a dab before. Like I've never like had wax like personally, right? And like even at this point in my life, like I never even like bought weed. Like I was always that kid that would like meech off like other people, but not really. Like I wouldn't say meech, but like people like offer me like shit, and I just do it, right? Like I'd never like really had to like pay for like drugs at this time in my life, right? So yeah, it was lunchtime, right? And normally it'd just be like four of us that would like kick it and smoke, right? And on this day, for some reason, it was just like weird. Like there was like a weird amount of like people for like some reason, and like I don't know why, like what made this day so special that like everybody just wanted to smoke. But like today was that day, right? And on this day, we were just like passing around bowls like any other day, right? And back then, bro, like I'd take like 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, and I'd be off my ass, bro. I'd be like low key tweaking too. Like you ever like smoke and like you just tweak out? Like I don't know. Back then, like I could not handle my weed. Like I'd go home high as fuck, and I'd just like I don't know. I feel like my mom always kind of knew, but like she never really knew. Like to be honest. So yeah, like there was a bunch of us, right? And we were all just passing around this little bowl, right? And nowadays, bro, like I hate dry pipes. Like it's either like dabs or like joints or like a blunt. Like that's like what I've been up to lately, right? But back then, right, like a bowl, like I had my own bowl, right? And it was just like the wave, like I could like it's just like so convenient, like you could just like pack it and just like smoke anywhere, right? So yeah, we're all passing this bowl around, and eventually, like this guy just pulls out some shatter, right? And I hate shatter, bro. Like I feel like shatter's like the worst type of wax, bro. Like you're only smoking shatter because you don't got no money, bro. Like it's just that cheap, and like I just don't fuck with it, right? Like, but this kid decides just let's just put like a fat ass glob like on the top of this bowl, right? And I know some people are gonna be like, "Well, you didn't even take a dab, yada yada yada. You ain't taking out of the nectar or nothing." Well, fuck you, bitch. Like, I consider this like my first time like dabbing, right? And as the shit's getting passed around to me, right? My friend says, "You might not want to hit that dude," and I'm like, "Psh, I'll be fine, dude. Don't even sweat it, right?" So I hit that bitch, bro. I kind of take like a little baby hit, right? Cause I don't know what the fuck this is gonna do to me, right? And I let that shit out, right? And people started smoking it, smoking it, smoking it, right? And I think I might have passed on it again, but as time goes by, right, we all go back to class, right? And I was fucking high, bro. Like, I think this is like the highest I've ever been in my life, to be honest. And, dude, I was off my ass, dude. And this kid just yells at me, trying to like fuck with me, right? He's like, "Yo, there's acid in that, bro," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, because we like at this point, bro. Like when I'm telling this story, like this occasion, like I've like never felt like this before, and so like part of me like was kind of like, "Damn, bro, like I might have gotten drugged, bro. Like fuck." And that shit just fucking hits me, bro, like all the way. And I start freaking out, bro, because like I don't really like being like super duper high, bro. Like I like it when it's just like really like mellow and like chill. But like for some reason, bro, I was just like abnormally like high, bro. And I just start freaking out, bro. Like the fucking like my head was just like like it felt like something was just like in it, bro. And like my vision, like you ever like get like tunnel vision? Cause like I was like in the hallway, right? And like my school probably had like around like 2,000 kids, right? So like it's like fairly big. And it was all like one story. So like during passing period, like I was just high as a fucking kite, bro. So yeah, so I'm kind of having like a little mini like panic attack, right? And 'cause I'm like, damn, bro, like what the fuck is going on with my vision, bro? Like everything's kind of going in like frames and shit, right? And it was just like the weirdest time. So I was like, in my head, I was like, damn, bro, like I might actually like have gotten drugged, bro. Like this is kind of fucked, right? So I like need some air, right? Like I'm kind of like I'm tweaking out in my head, and I'd like try to go outside, but I was just like, well, I can't really like leave school. Like I can't just like walk out the front door, right? So I just go to my locker, right? And I'm like forgetting my combination type of shit, bro. Like I'm that high, bro. So yeah, I'm like tweaking out, and I go to my class, and I had a history class, and my teacher fucking hated me, bro. Like I'd always show up to this class like smelling like weed. Like I'm sure like everybody fucking knew like I was like that kid, and I was fucking failing, bro. I was straight failing, and what do? I'm like so high, bro. Like I'm just straight like put my head down and I just try to go to bed. Like I just don't even know like what's going on. Like I don't know how to even like comprehend my thoughts. Yeah, like I'm just like trying to like go to bed because it wasn't even like enjoyable, bro. Like I couldn't even like enjoy it. Like I was just like not having like a fun time. And I'm pretty sure like my teacher was like yelling at me like, "Get your head up, stop sleeping in my class, yada yada yada." So I just asked to go to the bathroom, right? And as like this is all going on, like I'm looking at my phone and like it just looks like so far, like it just like looks weird, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, when I like smoke sometimes and like I get really high, like I can feel like I feel like that like my vision and like my depth perception is just like totally like off. You know what I mean? I don't know if that ever happens to like any of you guys, but sometimes that shit happens to me. So yeah, bro, like I'm really fucking high, right? And I just go to the bathroom, right? And I meet up with a friend and that like I just smoked with, and we're just talking, bro. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not feeling too hot. Like I think I'm just smoked too much. And she's like, I told you, bro, you shouldn't have taken that dab, yada yada yada. Like, and I'm just like totally like agreeing, like, yeah, bro, like I fucked up, like I just don't feel good, bro. Like I can't go on, like, like I'm too high, bro. So yeah, like in the midst of all this, bro, like I'm just having like a panic attack, bro. Like I'm just not feeling like life at all, bro. Like I hate it. Like this is probably honestly one of like the worst times I've had like smoking. Like this dab like fucked my shit up. Like nowadays, bro, like I could take like 4 dabs in a row and I would just be like just chilling, like just like totally like fine and like content with like my life, right? So yeah, like I go back to my class, right, and I go on with throughout my day, and throughout all of this, bro, like all day, bro, I was just high as fuck, like all day long, bro. Like I was just like so fucked up, right? And honestly, I think I even went home and I was still like feeling the dab, bro. But yeah, this is the first time me ever taking a dab. Uh, I think I have like more stories like this, but I'll try to like remember some of them and like tell you guys, cause like I don't know, I feel like dabbing is like one of my favorite ways to smoke like at the moment. Like I don't know, I just like it, and it's very like low key and like you don't, it doesn't really like smell that much and shit. But yeah, this is the video. Make sure to sub and whatnot and do all that extra bullshit. Get my clout up, you feel me?